Welcome, everyone, to the New York Football Report. This is Joe McDonald here with you at MetLife Stadium, and we are going to be reviewing the Jets' loss to the Houston Texans of 29-22 today. And what can we say? It's the same old story with the Jets. Season's pretty much over. We all know this. We're seeing a dead coach walking with Todd Bowles on the sideline, who will probably be let go in the next couple of weeks. Sam Darnold looked pretty good today. He went 24 of 38 for 253 yards. Their rushing game really was not existent, but they did move the ball down the field, which is a positive for the Jets over the last few weeks, and it started making them look a little bit better and a little bit more semblance of a team. However, the Jets are still 4-10 right now with 2 games to go. If they have to win one more game to match Bowles' records of the last 2 seasons, and if they lose both games, he'll have a worse record than he had the 2 seasons before. So it becomes a foregone conclusion that he probably would be gone come December 30th, the day after the last game of the season, and Mike McDonald might be there in tow. The jury's still out there. We'll see what happens. But that's when the real Jets season starts. They need to decide on the right coach and the right decision maker in the front office. And you have to consider that the Jets are looking right now at maybe a Mike McCarthy, or if someone like a Ron Rivera gets let go, will he be in the mix? You do need somebody who may be offensive-minded or come in and bring in a great offensive coordinator. But they need a leader out there. And even though Bowles seems like to be a nice man, he obviously isn't the man for the job. 1 good season and 3 really poor seasons does not make the cut in the NFL. He will be let go. More importantly, you're going to be seeing what the Jets will be doing afterward. They're going to bring in the coach, and they're going to bring in a GM, and they're going to be revamping the team entirely to build an identity for themselves, which is going to be something different than we've seen the last couple of years. And what's that identity going to be? I don't know right now. We're going to see who the coach is, and that's going to be the biggest question. But before you get excited, consider this. The last couple of times the Jets replaced coaches, you had Eric Mangini going into Rex Ryan, then Bowles. Not really stuff that gives you confidence. Before McCagnick, John Isdick was the general manager. So really, the record for the Johnson brothers of hiring coaches and GMs isn't great. And really, you can't have that confidence in them that they're going to be doing the right thing in the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months going into the off season. So it's going to be rather interesting, but right now it's just another loss on the books for the Jets. Some positives, Donald moved the ball. They did pin the big bad Texan offense back a number of times, but it just wasn't enough at the end. The Jet defense broke down. And finally, they came back right at the end. 2 missed field goals extra points by the kicker was not good either. Really, there's not a lot of positives. You can point to a lot of negatives in this game, and really a lot of it's also on Bowles that he wasn't able to have the team, even though they looked prepared. They were just outclassed by the Texans. So it's going to be an interesting next 2 weeks. The final Jet home game is next week. They're going to be playing the Green Bay Packers, another team in disarray, with a franchise quarterback who might be the best in the league, Aaron Rodgers. But they fired their coach, Mike McCarthy, a few weeks ago, and they're just playing out the season as well. So it's going to be pretty much business as usual for 2 weeks. Not much is going to change here. until the 30th. And then we're going to really have the news coming out of who's going to be the new coach after Todd Bowles gets his walking papers, and maybe Mike McCagnon as well. And we're going to be having a GM search as well for the Jets. So that's it for now. The Giants play tomorrow, and they're going to be home against the Tennessee Titans. And in a game that could be very winnable for them, as they're resurging on the second half, and they've won pretty much, I believe, all the what's the Giant record now? Do you know?
Giants?
Yeah,
5-8.
They're 5-8. So, they could have their 6th win, and they could actually run the gamut and be 8-8 by the end of the season. So we'll see what happens there. So this is Joe McDonald signing off the New York Football Report, and we'll be back again during the week for a recap of the Jets and the Giants and what's going to be going on. But this is live from the MetLife Stadium, and we're going to be signing off right now, and hopefully you'll come back and listen soon.
Well said, buddy.